welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you saw in the title, we are going to be doing a Valentine's Day look. And of course I did choose like a pink Barbie themed makeup sort of thing, of course with glitter and just lots of sparkle. So if you want to know how I got this look, then keep on watching. It's not all washed out, but I'm going to be using the Believe Beauty primer. This is the Pretty and Prime Stay Put Makeup Primer, and this primer can be found at Dollar General. And it just looks like that, just like a little peachy tone primer, and I'm just going to use it all over my face because I really want my makeup to stay put and not go anywhere. I am extra dewy right now. I feel dewy right now. For some reason today my skin is a little bit on the oily side, and I did exfoliate and gave myself a mask treatment and shaved my face and everything. I did the works yesterday, so I feel like maybe my pores are more open and they're just releasing more oil. I don't know. Today I do feel a little bit more dewy, but my skin itself looks a little bit more dewy because of the moisturizer that I use, which is one of my favorite moisturizers that I've been loving, so I will be showing you that in a different video. So for your foundation, I'm going to be using a foundation that I absolutely love and I know works. So I'm going to be using the Collab foundation. This is the Meet Your Matte Velvet Foundation, and this is what it looks like, the packaging. This is found at Sally's Beauty, and it is, my shade is in Golden 4.5, and I usually go for like a pump and a half. And if you're, going out, or, you just know that you need your makeup to look flawless, stick with what you know. Stick to what you know works. Do not use a new foundation or any new primers or any new anything if you do not know how it's going to be. So I'm just going to buff this foundation into my skin. And of course, don't forget your neck. So just make sure you are getting as far down as you can. And of course, your ears. Do not forget your ears. So whatever's left on the brush is what I put over my ears. I don't actually put like a whole dot on my ears or anything. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with one of my Ride and Die concealers. I freaking love this concealer. It gives me the just amount right coverage that I need. It doesn't break up on me. It doesn't crease really bad on me. It is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer, and this one is in the shade Warm Beige M200. I do not like my concealers to be super light on me. I do have some that are a little bit lighter, but for the most part I kind of don't like that look a whole lot. I kind of want it a little bit brighter, but not like start white, So I'm just going to add that concealer where I want it, and kind of just gonna bring it up to the side of my nose, and then just kind of blend out what's already on my eye, just like that. And then I'm going to take a sponge and just kind of pinch it and use it to blend in my concealer. But you can use whatever you want to use, whatever you get the best application with. Again, don't use any new tools that you're not used to working with. Some things just feel like a foreign object in your hand if you're not used to working with it. So if you're going out, this is a special day. It's Valentine's Day. It's a special day for you. You want to look your best. You want to feel your best. So just kind of stick with what you know for right now and experiment later. So to set my face, I'm going to go in with Collab as well. I'm trying to keep everything super affordable. Some of it's drugstore. Collab is not really drugstore. You can't find it at a drugstore. But you can find it at Sally's Beauty, and I think it's only sold at Sally's Beauty for an in-store place. Obviously you can buy it online as well, but it's still more on the affordable side. And this is Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder, And this one is the translucent one. I don't remember if they have more shades or if it's just this one. And I just like to take a brush and just lightly swirl it. Like I'm not pushing the brush in and like moving my foundation around. I'm just lightly dusting it over my face. I'm just gonna make sure I have no creases under my eye, because you do not want to set your creases. You want to make sure you have all that blended out. And then I'm just going to go in with a pointier brush and just set my under eye, and I will just leave it there for a bit. And then I will also take it and kind of just focus it a little bit more precisely where I want to make sure I'm not gonna like get any breaking up foundation or any like oilness or dewiness. So I'm just going to set that a little bit more, and just in those areas. And same thing in the forehead. I'm just going to just place that powder right there on the chin. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just make sure I dust everything away. Do not want to walk out with a whole bunch of powder on your face, so just remember to dust the excess away. To brighten up the under eye, I'm just going to use the Essence Brighten Up powder. Put it right under the under eye area. And I am just going to let that there for a bit. This does not make me look like really cakey or anything under the eye. So this is just one of my favorites. There are other ones I like to use as well, but this one is very affordable and is more on the budget friendly side. I do have another one from CoverGirl that I like as well that's budget friendly, but this one is even more affordable and it works. And then I'm just gonna, again, just kind of lightly dust away the extra. So next we're gonna go right into eyes. And the reason is if we mess up a little bit of our base, we can just quick fix it up with some setting powder or whatever we need to do. And we're not gonna disturb the highlight, the blush, and the bronzer. Sometimes I do my eyes first, sometimes I don't, sometimes I regret not doing it, but it is what it is. So for eyes, we are gonna go in with this beautiful palette from Profusion, and it is their Mirage 35 shade palette from Profusion Cosmetics, and it is just such a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna open this up. And I think I did use this palette already, but it still looks kind of brand new. But this is what it looks like. Like, isn't that freaking stunning or what? Like, so beautiful. So we're gonna use this palette today for our Valentine's look. And again, everything is just gonna stay super affordable. So first, we're gonna go in with this shade right here. And this is in the shade Outgoing. And I love that in this eyeshadow palette, not only do you get the cover that has the shades on them, but on the back of your eyeshadow palette, especially if you do YouTube, this is really nice, is you have the eyeshadows in the exact order that it is when you turn the eyeshadow palette around, and it'll tell you the names of the eyeshadows. So it's so convenient. So I'm just gonna add my transition shade. And I like to bring the transition shade a little bit higher, just so that way everything does transition nicely. Some people like to put the transition shade just right in the crease. I do like to bring it up almost to my eyebrow bone, but not quite. Like you can see that I still have some highlight like at my highlight bone. It's not highlight that I added or anything, it's just natural highlight there. But yeah, so I do like to bring it up kind of high. That way it gives me a lot of space to work with as well. So if you feel like you don't have a crease, you can kind of just create one. Like if you don't have much depth in here, then just kind of go right above your eyelid and kind of create that crease. Next, we are going to go into Marsala, I believe it's called. It's the shade right here. So I'm just going to go right back in that crease. And I'm going to stay a little bit lower this time. I'm not going to go super high up. I'm just going to go a little bit lower, and I'm just going to keep that rounded. And then once I get to like the edge here, I'll bring it out a little bit more. As you can see, I'm just buffing it out a little bit more, kind of like elongating my eye. So I'm just going like in a upside down U. I'm not going up and I'm not really going too low. And then as I'm coming down, I'm kind of just creating that like elongated look. And then it's kind of buffing and blending. So next we're going to go into this shade right here, which is Captivating. And we're going to put that all over the lid. Now obviously you can go in with like a glitter primer or a pigment primer, but I'm just trying to keep this as simple as possible for you guys and not do so many steps. But again, if you want to go in and use a primer or a glitter glue, because we are going to be adding some shimmer. If you did do your base first and you have a little bit of fallout, just go ahead and just whoop, wipe that away. And you should be good to go. So of course you probably already guessed it, we're going to go into this pink glitter shade right here, or pigment as you can say, and this one is called OMG, and it is seriously OMG, like ugh, it's beautiful. So we're gonna put that, we're kind of centering it mostly in the middle of our lid, but we will kind of like blend it all over the eyelid. So these are like actual little glitters, so of course you just want to be careful with it. And I did go ahead and, as you can see, I just put some on my finger, and then you just want to kind of just dab that all over the eye. Again, we're going to put it all over, but we're going to focus it more than in the middle. So I'm going to go in and use that first, that second shade that we used, which was called, I think it was called Marsala. This one shade right here. I'm just going to take that right underneath my eye. Do not stab yourself, of course, in that eye. And just to put a little bit in the crease, I'm going to take this hot pink shade right here, and this is called Clueless, just to give me a little bit more pink. Of course, kick off a little bit of excess, and I'm just going to go right in that crease and kind of stick more towards the edge. And then work my way in just to kind of blend. I'm using a smaller brush as well. Same thing, gonna go right towards the end here. Bring it in just a little. So next I'm going to go into this beautiful light pink shade, and it's this shade right here called Preppy. And we're going to take that in our inner corner, and that's actually going to be our inner corner highlight. So we're going to stay with the pink theme. I'm kind of just going to really put my brush in there and focus that again in the inner corner. And that's just going to be our highlight. So pretty. I'm just using a cute little brush. This is a Luxie 141 mini round brush that I'm using. And just kind of putting that in the inner corner. For our brow highlight, I'm actually going to go in with this shade right here called Polite, and we're just going to use that as our brow bone highlight. So, of course, there are so many shades in this palette that if this one just doesn't suit your skin or your skin tone, needs something a little bit more deeper, you can always choose a little bit more of a deeper shade. That's why another reason why I like this palette. It has so many different like shades that you can use as transition depending on your skin tone, as well as different like shades you can use as like a highlight. So I'm just going to use that. And it is a little bit on the matte side. If you know me, I do not like a blinding brow bone. I just don't. I like it more matte. So I do. It's okay if it has like a little bit of a sheen, like a little satin finish, but I just don't like a sparkling highlight like that on my brow bone. Just don't. Focus it more like where the arch is, but I do kind of blend it back and forth like that. All right, so we are done with the eyes. So next what we're gonna do, all right guys, so as you probably noticed, maybe things look a little different in this part of the video. Not sure. Maybe things look exactly the same, except for, of course, the obvious. I have a different shirt on. So, just like what happens to most YouTubers when you think you're still recording and you're not. So, really all I can do is laugh at this point. Up until this point here, I lost footage. So I only have a certain amount of footage of this video. So everything you saw before this part is obviously all the original footage, and everything you see from this point forward is re-recorded footage. That is why I have a different shirt on. I tried to put something on that still kind of matched the look that we were doing. I did have to redo my makeup, so I did everything exactly the same the way I did it the first time. So yeah, let's try this again. So now that we are done with eyes, we are going to do the eyebrows, because I hate when I have my eyes done and my eyebrows look like complete crap. So for eyebrows, to fill them in, we are going to use the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil from e.l.f. And this is what the tip looks like. And I freaking love this pencil. And again, this is from e.l.f., so it's super affordable. And I am in the shade Cool Brown. And it comes with a spoolie, so that's pretty cool. You can spoolie your eyebrows and brush them to and make them the shape that you want to. And I always start at the bottom and kind of follow the bottom part of the brow. And then I'll fill in a little bit and work my way to the top. And I kind of just follow my natural shape, but just kind of fill in at the same time. And then once I get to the corner, once I get to the beginning of the brow, I kind of just do little hair strokes. And then I will take the spoolie and use that to blend. Just like that. See the difference? Isn't that crazy? So again, we're gonna brush the hairs And maybe it's because I'm not super picky with my brows, or I don't like put too much into it. I usually can do my brows pretty quickly. And this brow here is always a little bit thicker than this brow over here. I even got them professionally done and they still kind of ended up the same. So it kind of is what it is. To set our brows, we are going to use the e.l.f. Wow Brow gel. And this one is a tinted gel. And this one is in neutral brown. Next, we are going to apply some bronzer. So for bronzer, we are going to use the Maybelline City Bronzer, and this one is in the shade 200. So this you can use to contour and to bronze. And then I'm going to do what I always do, which is I always take a smaller brush and I just go up to the side of my nose and contour. And then I just kind of do the tip a little bit. And just kind of give myself a little bit of nose. And then I always go under my lip. And right down the middle. So it kind of it deepens that bow you have. Just like that. And for blush, I'm actually going to use a blush out of this little Ulta Beauty. It's kind of like a tryout thing. But I'm going to use the blush out of this palette, and this one is Rose Blush. And I'm just going to use a contour brush actually from Lab 2. And I'm just going to lightly put this blush on. Or should I say try to go lightly. And kind of just smile a little bit just to kind of see where I'm at. And then whatever's left on the brush, just to blend everything in, I kind of go over the nose. Just like that. And then for highlight, I am going to be using the Precious Petals highlighting powder from Wet n Wild. And this is from their Mega Glow collection. This is so pretty. It's such a pretty highlighter. Right, and I'm just going to just put it like right. I kind of do like a C in a way with my highlighter. I do have a little bit of texture. Hopefully it goes away soon. Kind of working on it. Just like that. To set my face, I'm actually going to use the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Mist. So you can use whatever setting mist that you guys want to use, or whichever one's your favorite. Again, I'm trying to make this all affordable, but if there is a higher end setting spray that you like to use, then go ahead and use that one. Alright, so while my setting spray is drying, I'm just going to do my lip next. So for eyeliner, I'm going to use the Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner. And this is what it looks like. It's just from LA Girl. And it is like a retractable liner. And this is in the shade Enduring Mauve. And I just love how this looks. So the nice thing about liquid lipsticks that are matte and that are long lasting is they don't really transfer much, if any. So we're going to use the matte liquid long wearing lipstick from LA Colors. It is just so pretty. I wore this the other day, and even after eating and drinking, not drinking alcohol, but just drinking in general, it did not budge. So if you wanted to add a gloss on top, obviously you can go ahead and do that. But I'm just going to go ahead and stick with just the liquid lip. Alright, so last but not least is eyelashes. So first I'm going to use Wet n Wild Mega Wear Mascara. It's just this one right here. And I'm going to just coat my bottom lashes. And then I'm going to put on some falsies. These are from Ardell, and they are the Fox Mink Wispies. Alright, so just had to delete some photos and videos to create more storage on my memory. So again, we stopped recording, so I had to go do that. And these lashes were driving me crazy. The inner corners kept popping off, and they are not brand new lashes. I did use them probably 2 times already, so they probably have a little bit of like buildup on it. So I was like, you know what? Forget it. We're not doing lashes. I have very little patience when it comes to lashes, which is why a lot of the times I just try to find a really good mascara. And I love shopping for mascaras because I don't have much lash to work with. I don't have like really long, thick lashes. So I wish that I would have more patience when it comes to false lashes. Sometimes I can just pop them on like a pro and out the door, and I'm good, and they stay on and they're wonderful. And then there's some days where I have my bad days with them and they just won't, like certain parts won't stay on, or I can't get them on right, or it's just not working out. And just like when you have a bad hair day, you have a bad lash day. And I just, when those days, I can't sit here for 30 minutes and mess with my lashes. Like, I'm a mom, especially now. I don't have time for that. So I am actually just going to go in and use, I do have another lash primer that I really like, but it is not drugstore. So I'm just going to use one that I received in like a lash or like an eye beauty box from Walmart. We're going to use the Voluminous L'Oreal Primer for my eyes. For the okay, we just cracked a nail. Yep, it's that type of day again. Before we do anything, I'm just going to quickly go in and just curl my lashes. Just like that. So now we're going to go in with the primer. And I feel like a primer just makes everything so much better. Alright, so I always like to give my lashes just like a little bit of time to dry with the primer. Then I will be using the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys try this out.